There are rules when walking among the dead. They are never spoken aloud, but they live in the silence of cemeteries and battlefields. Never mock the dead, never disturb their rest, and above all, never speak their names. This is the story of Hannah, a quiet college girl who broke that rule and faced the terror that followed. Hannah had joined her classmates for summer military training at an abandoned compound. The barracks were cracked, the air smelled of rust and weeds, and the ground still held echoes of the soldiers who once lived there. She shared a room with her friend Kelly, and together they went exploring the old camp, unaware of what waited for them. Behind the mess hall, hidden beneath vines, they found something out of place, a lonely grave. The stone was chipped, the letters nearly erased, but still clear enough to read, Private Samuel Nash, fallen 1944. Kelly shivered and urged her away, but Hannah's curiosity grew. She bent close, brushed the dirt from the stone, and whispered aloud the name carved into it. Private Samuel Nash. The air shifted instantly. A cold wind rushed through the weeds. Hannah felt goosebumps crawl across her arms. Kelly gasped, pulling her away. "Never say their names!" she hissed. But the words had already been spoken, and something had already begun. That night, strange things started. As Hannah walked the hallway, a classmate stared at her with wide eyes, lips trembling but silent. Later, when she tried to nap alone, the knocking began. 3 sharp raps at her door. She opened it. Nothing. She closed it. Knock. 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 Louder. She flung the door wide, and only darkness stretched down the empty corridor. Days later, it grew worse. Hannah woke suddenly, as though nudged awake. At the far end of the hall, near the window, stood a man in faded green. His shoulders broad, his cap pulled low, his face lost in shadow. She froze. Then she felt a cold hand grip her shoulder. She turned in panic. But it was Kelly, whispering urgently, "Don't look, don't speak, just lie down." When Hannah glanced back, the figure was gone. At dawn, Kelly confessed. She too had seen him, a soldier in tattered green, trailing behind Hannah wherever she went. "He's following you," she said. Ever since you called his name, Hannah felt dread sink into her chest, heavy as stone. The final night arrived. The students gathered outside for food and laughter, but Hannah was too weary. Near midnight, she lay awake in her bed when the sound came. Footsteps, heavy, dragging, echoing in rhythm. To calm her nerves, she began to count. 10, 20, 30. The boots kept coming. 50, 70, 90. Louder, closer, until they stopped outside her door. The wooden door groaned. Hinges squealed. Slowly, painfully, it opened. Standing there was the soldier, his uniform torn, his face a void beneath the shadow of his cap. He stepped forward, each bootfall shaking Hannah's heart in her chest. He reached out, and his icy hand pressed against her leg, sliding down to her ankle. The cold seared into her skin. Hannah's scream tore through the silence. Lights flared as classmates rushed in, but the figure was gone. Yet on the dusty floor, footprints remained, heavy combat boots leading from the hall straight to her bed. Shaking, Hannah told everything: the grave, the name, the shadow. Kelly explained the ancient warning: speaking the name of the forgotten dead awakens them, binds them to the living. By calling out Private Samuel Nash, Hannah had invited him back into the world, and he had clung to her ever since. Before leaving camp, Hannah returned to the grave. She laid flowers, bread, and a candle before the stone, bowing 3 times. The flame flickered in the wind, nearly died, then steadied. A weight lifted from her chest. That night, for the first time, she slept in peace. The soldier never returned. But Hannah never forgot the footsteps, the touch, the terrible silence. The grave of Private Samuel Nash still stands, weeds thick around it, the name carved deep into stone. And those who pass by now know what she learned too late. Never speak the name of the dead, or they may follow. This is a true story, told exactly as it happened. If you found this haunting tale chilling, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to True Ghost Encounters.